Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on yet, folks. It's man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, it's Monday. It's supposed to be a special day. I think it's supposed to be the solar eclipse right now. It looks like it's getting dark outside. I don't get around like that, but I know people get excited about things like this because it's like this. We won't see another one for another 20 years. So maybe by then I'll be dead and gone. So we worry about it. So, folks, as we know, we had a big weekend Saturday. We had the official debut of the Triple O Dynasty. We had the debut of women, the return of women's bodybuilding for 2024. It's great because we've been in a drought, folks. We've been drowning. We've been starving and thirsting for women's bodybuilding. Yes, we had the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. We had some amateur shows here and there, but many of those shows don't have true women's bodybuilding. Don't have the women's bodybuilding. You don't have, like I said, women's bodybuilding. You don't have physique or somebody has figure. Just there's also a show here in my home state of North Carolina, in Charlotte, where we had also the show, which is the Charlotte Pro. And a young lady just got her pro card. No, she made a pro debut this year, and she just won her first qualification. So we're going to talk about that later a bit. So here we're going to have a critique of Triple Dynasty. I watched the entire show, and it was kind of, it wasn't as long as compared to other shows, because sometimes you have that long 2, 3, like 4 or 5 hour mission between the shows. It moved pretty fast. There's some things that was like some issues here and there, but we'll talk about. Folks, I have someone sitting here in the office waiting. That's my man KL the Wanderer. He's a hater, so we're gonna bring him in because
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
your,
up?
your screen is black, man. I can't see nothing.
You sure? What's going on?
That, put the
I think the
avatar
pro.
on or something.
Let me put the
Put the,
avatar. I think it might be because of the solar things going on right now. So I'm gonna
yeah,
put
there.
I'm gonna
It's
put the
affecting you like that. You can't put the light on or nothing.
I got lights on. I got lights in my room. It just might be that's what
Oh,
it is. It
yo,
might be
that's
messing with.
crazy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put on the other guy. So here we go. Here's the other
Yeah.
guy. So
Okay.
like I said, you gotta have the scene for a while because it looks like I can. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to pick back up again on my end. It might because of that because the thing is the how solar flares get affected by certain things and the airwaves stuff like that. It's a lot of that scientific stuff I don't understand, but I think it's how it affected
Yeah.
me. But anyway, we just had a Triple O Dynasty this weekend, and did you get a chance to watch it or anything of it?
I just see some clips. That's all I see, like on Instagram. That's it. I don't. I
Hmm.
don't be. But it's on pay-per-view, right? I'm asking a stupid question. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
live stream. I say that
did you
thing was
see it?
yeah, I watched it. I watched the entire thing.
Oh
I had to
wow.
watch it
Okay.
because it was great because it's the first of the month, and I get my little check,
Yeah.
and it didn't break my budget too much. But right now,
How much it costs on live stream?
it was $42.
$42. Maybe
Forty-two
I could
dollars.
have watched it,
Yeah,
but I yeah.
yeah. Honestly, but anyway, it was a pretty decent show. I mean, it was a good lineup. A lot of ladies there.
Mm.
Not as many as a lot of people were like. It was like 8 altogether. For women's bodybuilding was 8. 7 was an open, and then you had one lady who was competing in the masters, and the other 4 ladies who compete in open was also competing in masters. You had some ladies that were not over 40. That was Teresa Vasic, Julia Wetzel, and also
Mm.
your girl Martina Lopez. You know, and you had Lena Batak who I interviewed. Major Michelle Bogdan who I interviewed. Also Gabriella Vega who I interviewed, and also you had the lady Laura. Um, Give a name that Laura Zuniga, and also what was the other lady? I'm
Oh,
trying to
so
remember who else you had. Also, I think that was it. That was like at least 4. And also Julie Schultz. So
okay.
yeah. So yes. But here we got some comments here. We got here. That's from my man. Michael Boyce says, shout out to the bicep corral. Thank you.
All right.
Also, this is from Warrior 2000 says, I predicted it to Teresa Vasic was the clear winner. Yeah. Also, we have here, this is from Warrior 2000. Judy West was here. I liked at the Triple O Dynasty, and her posing has improved that I gave her credit for. All right. Also, this is for a man said, don't give a damn about the solar eclipse. Shout out to you, Warrior. And also, this is from
He telling the
there.
truth.
Yeah, there's no video. No video. It must be talking about me. Let me check some real quick. It might be something on my end. You know, and well, I can see it. Like I said, sometimes you go on my YouTube channel while I'm in StreamYard. We're
Right.
second ahead of the YouTube, so I see I'm still a bit active. But let me check out something quick. Maybe, like I said, it might be just a little bit of the solar clip. Let me see if I will. Let me turn back on the camera. You see me now?
Mm. Nah, I don't see you.
You don't see me? What's going on? It got to be
Nah.
something crazy. So okay, we'll probably go back to the
Yeah,
other guy. Let me check and
yeah,
see.
you're the
It should
Joker.
click in. Yeah, it should click in the YouTube. Let me see. Let me look. The YouTube should show it because I can still see. When
What do you
Joker's
mean he
talking.
don't see the video? I don't get that.
Yeah, I think he's just seen. Yeah, I see number black too. So yeah, I now I
Oh,
see it.
oh, he don't see you. He just don't see your your
Me.
your image. That's what I'm. Okay.
So we'll go back here with the other guy. So you can hear him.
Okay.
Also, he says this. He says, it's so dark uh over there. It's so dark over here that all of the automatic night lights have turned on.
Mm.
And also, this is from it says,
Yeah, I see this.
George, what's up with your camera? Well, like I said, I think it might be issue. I don't know. Maybe it can't be something. I don't know. I used the last
Mm.
time I remember I did an interview the other day. That was Sunday,
Right.
and but
It was
the show
fine.
must go. Yeah, the show must go on. Like I said, it might be because of the soul thing. It might affect the Wi-Fi a bit,
It's
but
not that serious. We can hear you. We can see you. I mean, we
yeah,
can we can hear you, and
you
we
can
can
hear
see
me.
the image.
See?
Yeah.
So anyway, Triple O Dynasty was a pretty good show. There's some things that might have went a little bit better, but it's the first show. You're not always gonna be perfect. So here, this is as they have their own YouTube channel, and we are going to jump in here. Oh, we just got a guest just pop in. Give me a second here.
Who's
We'll pop this
this?
gentleman here. You know who?
Okay.
He coming? Wait a
Keith.
minute.
Big Keith.
Yeah, he's here.
What
Hey,
up?
Hey, what's up, man?
What up?
hey, hey, what's up?
How
Well,
you?
you're not going to be able to see me, Keith, because something's wrong, but you can hear me, so you'll be good. So
Yep.
anyway, we have here our big brother, our man here, Mr. Big Keith Williams, aka Scuba Steve, aka the Black Hulk Hogan. He just came back from WrestleMania.
What up?
Yeah. Hey, what's up? So let me
What's
ask
up,
you,
man?
yeah, Keith, did you watch the Triple O Dynasty also?
Did I watch the show? No.
No, yeah,
Here's the thing. I mean, I could barely. I mean, the sad thing is I could barely find it on social media.
Hmm.
yeah. That's a part about it because you know what? I
I
think
was.
because
I seen the Brazil show. I was watching. I was watching the Brazil show, but I mean, I could see the stuff on Brazil on social media, but nothing on this show whatsoever.
yeah, I think with this show
Did you
because it
watch
was
it?
we all yeah, I watched the entire show. We all know the Brazil show. The show in Brazil is Arnold, and Arnold's always going to get more attention than anybody. That's just a fact of that. There's nothing to get around about that. But me, I've been doing my part. I post some pictures here. I did some videos here. I appreciate the Triple Dynasty also sharing some of my stuff I posted with them. I hope all the best. Maybe we have a show next year. There he goes. He just got it back. And we also have here. Ooh, we also have here another guest. Our man, Art of Muscle.
Hi
Yeah.
guys, how are you doing?
Hey,
Hey,
brother.
what's up?
Yeah. Hey, did you
What
watch
up?
the live stream also?
Oh yeah, I got to see that.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of blown away right now because it's so dark outside that you can't. All the night lights are turned on because of the eclipse.
yeah. I
So
think
it's
it's
really
messing.
Yeah, I
impressive.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's messing with my Wi-Fi because y'all say y'all can't see my video, but somehow I don't know. Usually, but
I
just right
thought the
now you're gonna
world
deal
was
with the other
ending.
guy. Hmm? Yeah. So, so anyway, as I was going into the IG for Triple O Dynasty, and it was a good show. I think they have a few things they needed to work on a little bit. Especially here and there. As you know, and if you follow, the winner is Teresa and Vasic. Teresa gets her third
Listen,
opportunity to go to the Olympia. Congratulations, Teresa. Out of the group, you had Teresa take it was one won the show. Second was Gabrielle Vega. Third, Julia Wetzel. Fourth, Nina Batak. Fifth, Martina Lopez. Sixth was I believe was Julie Schultz, and the bottom out was Michelle Bogdan. And then you also had a lady completing masters. It was Laura Zuniga. She completed masters, but this was about the open. This was Olympic qualification. And I want to shout out also my dear friend, the lovely Miss Gabby Vega, because Gabby, this was her. She won. Let me see which picture. I know it's up here somewhere. I saw it. She won the Masters, part because she took first place, which
okay.
she got. I think was the prize money for second was probably 2,000, I believe, and first was 500. So she walks away with a good chunk of change. So shout out to Gabby. Congratulations to her. Also winning women's bodybuilding well, so women's physique was Ann Gruber, and she both won in the open and masters class. There was only five competitors for women's physique. This was the lowest number we have seen in a long time, and she won for for both women's open and women's masters. Second was one Miss Bridget. No. Second was one Miss Alejandra Velasquez from Spain. Dave did an interview with her after the show. We'll talk about him later. Also, third was one Miss Bridget Gladman. Fourth was Miss Tricia Downing, and fifth was Jolene Fuchs, who's a part of the Bad Rap Company. She's a friend of our good friend of mine, Mr. Eunice Martinez. Now, the winner for figure is Winnie Fatino, and she won the show. I don't know all the ladies' names in figure, but second behind her is Maggie Watson, and Maggie won in the masters class. And one thing I watched, what Sid Dillon did this. She put up $4,000 for the winner in the figure division. So when he gets take home the prize money $3,000, then another $4,000, $7,000. That's a lot of money. That's a good chunk of change. I mean, that could really be a difference maker. And also there, she sponsored the whole physique division by putting up the money, the prize money, and also the sanction money that is Natalia Guejo. Here's Natalia right now giving a speech. Oh, thank God. They got to put music over her speech because she can't. I watched her. She was talking. I said, please don't talk. Please stop talking. I know Fitz, but and she was there, and congratulations to her. So, like I said, this is the field in women's physique. You have Ann Gruber, Alejandra, Bridget, Jolene, and Trisha. And also, here are the ladies over in this is the master's class for the figure. Other than Bridget, I don't know all the other ladies' names. They just like I said, I can't get them all. And then here in the open class of figure, you have Whitney, you have Maggie, and the other ladies. And over here with women's bodybuilding, you had the right here. You have number you had Gabby took second, Julia took third, and you had Teresa as the winner, and fifth place went to Martina Lopez. So, fellas, like I said, what's your thoughts about the show? Like I said, I know
I was
I.
surprised after seeing the pictures that Julia was third. I thought she looked had a better package than Gabby, to be honest.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
just. I mean, she has the two physiques. Julia has a physique that flows well, and Gabby is, no offense at all. I wasn't a fan. She looks like an old school bodybuilder. But I was surprised at, now Teresa. That's what bodybuilding should be about. You know, she will clearly have to be a little bit harder, a little bit more conditioned to do the Olympia, which she's qualified for now. But also, George, I don't know if you've seen that Julia's jumping into the New York Pro.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Uh,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah,
All right.
and she's
that
probably gonna jump into all the shows till she fucking wins. That's
that
what she does. But
I wouldn't be
jumps into
surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, she's jumping in. I've seen it on social media on IG that she's jumping. She's gonna do the New York Pro.
yeah. I took recorded a piece of the shows. I sent her a copy, and I put it on my YouTube channel. I mean, on my TikTok, and I sent her. She said she thanked me for it because she liked it. A while back. I was going to do an interview with Julia last year, but then circumstances happened where I missed out. Maybe I might just see if she wanted to do an interview before the New York. New York's going to be tough because you know who's doing New York.
But she said that she got good feedback from the judges, so it's one of those things where Julia. So she got good feedback from the judges. So I mean, I don't know when this New York show is. This is a couple weeks, right?
No, it's in May.
Oh, so I mean, she has some time to get back in. And her quote was, "Understand what the judges want. Time to get back to the gym and fix what the judges want." So I don't count her out. I don't know who is all jumping into the New York Pro, but she has some others. Huh?
I'll drop you some names right now. Natalia, Kovaleva is going back in. Ashley Jones going to make her debut in women's bodybuilding. Also, Lavinia Bartles says she's going to do New York Pro.
So
Lavinia
Natalia won the New York Pro last year, correct?
Uh-huh.
So
and Bartles,
my thoughts and opinion on that, George.
I know.
Consistency.
Yeah, and Bartles won the Romania Muscle Fest last year. She's the chick from Brazil.
And Julia's going to be added to that lineup, so that's going to be pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know who else is say they're going to do New York. I'm trying to think of possibly. I know Sheena Olick's been working out. I don't know if she's going to do New York or not. She might do Chicago.
Is Mayla Ash doing anything this year?
No one says because
she is. I don't know. She hasn't said what yet, but she is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you see Sherry Piami, but I think Sherry might try to do Atlanta or Tampa because those will be closer. Those will be closer, and you still have to get Chicago and Toronto.
Have they posted anywhere the competitor list for the Vancouver?
Not yet. They usually don't post that because that's going to be the week after next.
Right. It's going to be closer.
So they probably won't post until that week of.
Okay.
But yeah, I was kind of shocked that Julia didn't win or get second. I'm a fan of Gabby. Gabby looked pretty good to me. I think if Gabby could do the Vancouver Isle show, she could possibly. That gives me a couple of weeks to make the adjustments. She can possibly win that show, depending on who does that show. I know Michelle Bogdan, who I interviewed, said she's going to do. I like Michelle, but Michelle her conditioning is just.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
But Lena, who I interviewed a while back, Lena looked pretty good. I'm honestly going to say Lena looks impressive.
She was. She's very impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you compare, when I watched the webcast and I saw the two of them, she matched Julia almost point for point. I mean, in mass, in conditioning, in proportions. I mean, it was when Julia got third place, she wasn't just handed to that. Lena was nipping at her heels the whole time. So
what do
it
you
was
guys
a
think
really
about?
impressive
I
show.
mean, do you guys think that Gabby looked that much better than Julia?
I think
Well,
what
I'm
gave
not.
I think what put Gabby over the top because the notes I took, she had the best definition out of
Yeah,
anybody, and, next to
Okay.
Teresa, and
She
I
was
think that
taller,
was
so
the
what you're
and I
saying
think
is
that was the thing that put her over the top because she also had a
so she
really
was
nicely
harder.
balanced. Yeah, she was. I
yeah,
mean, and then
Yeah.
also it's like she had the second best back of anybody at the show. I mean, shows her one from the back, so when they hit the back shot, Teresa and Gabby in the middle there, both of them had excellent definition. So I think that's where Gabby edged out Julia
yeah. Because
was in her
so
conditioning.
Yeah.
yeah, because when Julia looked like she wasn't
Well,
as
I mean, Teresa looked phenomenal. I mean, like, I mean, that's the best package I've seen her bring to the stage.
In my honest opinion, if she showed up like that at the Olympia, and this is coming from a pro bodybuilder, I would put her top 5. If Teresa brought that package, beautiful, absolutely effing beautiful.
Yeah, she
Mhm.
really did an amazing job.
Yeah.
And I
Here we
am
get here.
so proud of
This
her.
is yeah. This is from man Raheem Emerson. The eclipse is causing problems with George Obama in internet. Yeah, yeah. Forget about you, brother. Also, this is for War 2000. Says the Gabby De Vega is killing it. Good luck for her, Becky Warrior. You know. Also it says Julia is doing the New York Pro. Is going to be a challenge for her because of Ashley Jones, Lavinia, and also Natalia. Yes, it's going to be a challenge. And also, Biden politics will probably push Natalie Kovaleva to win the New York Pro. Yeah, and he says Ashley Jones is a genetic freak, and he also says this that Lavinia Barros is a wild card. Here, the thing is, if Lavinia wins, she's already got her Olympic qualification.
Well,
So
the thing is, the people don't sleep on the person I'm telling everybody is don't sleep on Ashley Jones.
yeah,
Don't
don't
sleep
sleep on
on
her.
No,
her.
don't. I mean, I'm
Don't sleep on her
excited.
because the one person that's been in her ear who actually convinced her to come over to women's bodybuilding was Andrea. Because
Yeah,
Andrea says and via her words out of her mouth, the last time I trained out at her gym, she said, "I love the competition. I love girls coming over to challenge me. She loves it. And she's trying to convince some of these physique girls to come over to women's bodybuilding
yeah,
because clearly there's a place for them there.
yeah,
Especially with all the heads that are in women's physique right now.
yeah,
So my thing is George, and I don't like to diss her, but the champ doesn't that champ or that show doesn't stay consistent. So I'm gonna have to see, you know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have
Because
to see her, but that was the best look she had brought since she's been a pro. Can she do it?
she could possibly, I think, also I think Teresa, she wants to apply for the Rising Phoenix. Man, Keith just freezes, getting to the house, so just give him a minute. So she also wants to apply for the Rising Phoenix show. So, that's a show where I remember one year was it that everybody was in the best condition. You know, I think Mela really fell off. She was like, I remember that year before she was like in top 5. And then,
And I took
no,
third
did she
place.
compete that year? No, she compete that year.
Yeah, Mela
She,
won it. Tina took third. Mela won it. Tina took third, and who was second? And the girl who retired took second. The one that goes by female bodybuilder.
female bodybuilder, who's that?
Mhm.
Because Mela, I remember Mela had crossed over and won that show from after doing Shreveport. Tina was third, and I can't remember the girl who was in second. Damn it.
Remember. You remember Art?
I don't know. I don't off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's probably popular. But
Yeah.
hey, Keith, I got something to show you real quick because you know what? I'm not WMAG anymore. I got another guy I got to focus on. This man here, this is my man David Bryant.
Hey, FPB
And
Forum.
yeah, you see Dave, he's there, and I'm a shout
Yeah,
out
I
to
seen no
David.
pictures. Yeah, I
But he
seen
ain't
some
got a
of his
problem with
pictures.
come kind of he ain't got a problem with it. David, I like you,
Huh?
brother. I like you. But you get your hands on my girl. What you I don't have a problem
Kim
if you had
who?
your arms with Whitney.
Oh, Kim.
If the tag was on the other side, I wouldn't have a problem. But then you got the, now I just why we got I tried to get him to come on because he was there, but he has to
So
work.
who's gentleman I'm looking at?
That's David Bryant. He has his hands on my girl. So Keith, I'm not going to be directing anger against you right now. I got another person to focus
Hey
on.
George, I guess when I go out
I'm
there
looking at Natalia
I'll take
legs.
lots of pictures
Kind
for
of
you.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Don't
your
hate the
DM?
player. Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
Well, no, like how they like don't hate the play, hate the damn
Come on,
game.
bros.
Yeah, whatever. But we're gonna later. We'll show Dave sent me a video. We'll show it later, but we're gonna keep on going by here. This is from a man. This is from Boy says, what happened to Judy West show striated glutes? They were gone at the Triple O Dynasty. Well, that's one thing. I don't know. She might have maybe like I remember when she did New York. She said she wasn't 100%. She was sick. She looked, Teresa. I think sorry, not Teresa. I mean, Julia looks pretty good from the front, but we hit the back.
Yeah, it's so crazy. She looks hard from the front, but just turn around from the back, she looks soft. It's crazy shit ever.
Yeah, I think she's like I was talking to some people. I think she's the type of girl that I think it takes maybe the second or third show when she gets really conditioned.
I think just a technical observation, the lighting needs to be better. And the next time that they do it, because they had these two big spotlights which produced this dark area in the middle,
Oh God, yeah.
where Teresa and Gabby were, and so it's like, and then Julia and Martina and some of those shots they're on the outside, and it's just blasting them right in the face. So I think that perception based on the lighting, I think, could have helped with the question of definition. I mean,
absolutely, because last year at the Worlds they had literally, Jake didn't like the lighting, so they had to change and they were moving the lighting around because some other people must have been complaining about it, so they had to adjust the lighting. People understand, as a pro bodybuilder, if you're not in the good light, you're fucked. I've watched them do it at Nationals one year where the lighting was so bad that they rejudged the class at the night show again because people were bitching about it. And people have to understand that lighting, is absolute. You need that, And if you're on the outside looking in, if you're not those girls in the middle with that good light, you get screwed. So I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it was like I said, I just checked on the IG. They do have a couple of videos of Julia and also of Teresa. I'll pull it up in a bit here. And you see. And here we go. This is one here with Julia. And from looks of it, it does look a little better, especially whoever's doing the video. So I'm not gonna
that's Gilco. That's Gilco Productions. Mitchell Gilbert.
Yeah. And she, like I said, you can see she jiggles a little bit. You can see gyrations much. I think one here she's a little wobbly. Not as much. You see her abs not as cut. Like she might have been. I don't know. Here is Teresa.
Well, we call it spilt over.
Yeah.
Where she maybe carved up a little too much and spilt over a little bit.
Yeah. And Teresa looked pretty good. This is like I remember that year when she won the indie show. I think this was like maybe better than when she was at the indie.
Yeah,
that back of hers. I mean, she just won from that. So.
Yeah. That's how she beat Rashad back in 2020.
Yeah, I'm just wondering also if the tanning would have something to do with it, because it seemed like Teresa had more tanner on her than Julia or Martina did, and I'm wondering whether or not that happened to throw off condition. That may not have highlighted conditioning as much with Julia and Martina as with Teresa, because Teresa did a better tanning job.
And plus, and you can't remember, Gabby's she's Mexican, so she has a little bit more natural melanin in her skin compared to the other two. Now, also we have here is the ladies over here. And figure these are one of the ladies who I've saw. This lady was, I think this was her debut. Her name is I think she's from Australia, and she's kind of cute. She got a nice physique. Yeah. I think her first name is
She
Lisa.
looked like she's in figure.
It's his figure.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you would think maybe she kind of looks about like almost where how physique first started.
Oh
Yeah.
no, she based on what I remember of when physique started, she would blow away those girls back then.
Oh,
With
absolutely.
with the physique she's got today, they wouldn't stand a chance against her.
So
No.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
So
yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't focus on physique as much, but yeah, she looks pretty impressive.
yeah,
Also, we have here Maggie Watson,
Wow, look at those
and
claws.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it was going to be a battle between Maggie and Wendy for the top spot. It was like I say, it was barely by a point that Maggie won this, and
Really?
yeah, say her, and I think Laura's gonna. I think Laura might do the Toronto Pro again because she's done that show twice already. And I think there's a good chance Maggie. I don't know if they're gonna have figure at the Van Isle show. So Maggie might, I don't know what the list yet if they're gonna have because they just added wellness last year. It was just we first started with women's bodybuilding and physique, and then last year was women's bodybuilding, physique, and wellness. So I don't know if they might add figure to it. And here, I thought they had Wendy's. I don't have Wendy's. I thought they might have Wendy's, but they don't.
does
But
anybody know? I just had a question for everybody. Does anybody know Lena Betka's background? Who came
who's that?
in? She came in. What was it? She came in fourth behind Julia.
No.
I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
curious as to her background
I
because
interviewed her. I interviewed her. She's originally from the Ukraine. She got a pro card back in 2022 at the North Americans. She lives in Virginia. She's a mother of two kids. She
Wow.
works as a coach and a trainer. She's a nice lady. I saw her. Somebody sent me pictures of her a while back. I reached out to her for an interview. She's a nice lady. We've been in contact for a bit. I told her one point is to why she's there at the show because one of the promoters of the show is Annie Vicchio. That's a
okay.
muscle angel.
Hmm.
And I said, we get a chance, do a photo session with Annie, and because I missed an opportunity like that because Annie is just, she does good work.
Oh yeah, and
Annie
she's a
really,
multiple time Olympia and Miss International competitor as well.
yeah.
So
I mean,
so she knows
Annie had,
she not only is great behind the camera, she knows her stuff when it comes to competition as well.
yeah,
So
Oh yeah.
yeah. Annie has a great physique. You know, uh, here goes. This is from this is from Warrior. It says, "Oh please, George, he's just taking pictures with these ladies. Nothing sexual." What are you talking about?
he's
You
talking
know.
about that shot that you did with FBB Forum. What's his name?
Oh.
With
Oh, yeah.
touching your girl. Is what that
I can
was
say
all
this,
Don't
about.
ruin the
So
Warrior.
inside joke.
It,
Come on, Warrior. You know that's
it
the
doesn't matter.
inside joke. Don't ruin the
He,
show. That's the
he,
inside joke, damn it.
no, cool down, Keith. Warrior, he has hands on my woman. I have a problem with it. When I have a problem with it, I'm going to
I'm his
speak out.
brother, and he doesn't even like me having my hands on this woman.
This is my brother. I don't like him having his hands on it. He says,
no,
it's
was this Lena's debut, her pro debut? I'm
yes,
just
this is a pro
curious.
debut. This is
Well,
a pro
this
debut.
she really impressed me. I mean, Gabby was the one that most impressed me aside from Teresa, but then number three for me as far as impressive performance was Lena. Because as I said, I mean, if they would have put Julia and Lena together, like right next to each other, I mean, they would have matched each other from what I could, from my perspective on it. So I was really impressed with that. And that, so pay attention to her because if she's going to continue to compete this year, if she stays looking the way that she does, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think
She
that's
will
it
be.
because I know he looked really great. I even told, like I said again, I told her she was kind of nervous because we were talking earlier. I said, "Hey, good luck." I said, she said she was kind of nervous. I said, "Don't be, don't be nervous. This is, just do what you need to do, and also while you're there, take opportunity. Do your networking. I think she would be good for a show like maybe the Atlanta." Because that's she lives in Virginia. She can do maybe Atlanta or Tampa. That'd be closest for her. She won't have to go as far to do this show. I mean, and also they do masters at both those shows, so she can probably, she took I think she took second in masters, at the Triple O, and she probably, if depending if what she's gonna, if she what show she's gonna do, she can probably win masters because, like again, she was just only, she just looked great. She looked amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
guys,
then
so again,
now,
go ahead.
now well, that give her a qualification for the Master Olympia now too, as well.
Yeah, that would help her out too because they're gonna bring that back next year. Guys, I said again, I reached out to David. He was there, and he took a lot of pictures, did a lot of talk, he did some interviews too, and I really, I reached out to him and said, "Hey, Dave, you want to come on and you can talk about your experience?" But he said, "Nah, he had to work." But he did send me this video of his, and I'm going to show you. He's going to play it for you. I do appreciate for David doing this. Take the time out, and his he does good content. He's a fan, and I think he's doing some good work. So we'll play here. We'll play his video.
Hey, George, and hey, the rest of the fans. This is David Bryant from FFB Forum, and I could not join the live Muscle Talk today because I'm busy with work. But I did want to give y'all guys just a brief just video to let you know what I thought of the Triple O Dynasty show. I flew out to Phoenix to attend, and I thought it was a really terrific show. It was very well run. It seemed really organized. I think that the promoters, Andrea Shaw, Whitney Jones, Natalia Coelho, who's kind of unofficial promoter, and then why am I blanking on names? Oh, Sydney Gillen. I'm sorry. Sorry, Sid. But I think they did a terrific job with the show and just really made people feel welcome, the fans and the competitors. There was just like really good vibes at the show, and I think that because those ladies are longtime competitors, they kind of know what they want out of the show. So, and what a bodybuilding show should be. So yeah, I thought they did a terrific job. There weren't as many vendors as I was hoping for, but I'm hoping maybe next year they'll get more. But it was cool to see Toxic Angels bikinis was there. So was Bad Rap. The Bad Rap ladies, Eunice and Jolene, were there, and Jolene actually competed as well. And then the Olympia folks had clothing for sale too, but that was it. I was a little surprised by the lack of tables, but hopefully next year they can get more sponsors. Muscle Angels was there, Andy and James, and they got a few videos with some athletes like Martina Lopez. The athletes themselves were fantastic, and shout out to Teresa Ivancic for her win, and also to Wendy Fortino, who won figure, and then Ann Gruber. I thought Ann Gruber was maybe the best of the night of all three pro categories. She just looked phenomenal.
He really did.
And,
He's right.
That was the smallest turnout, only 5 athletes in women's physique, but Ann Gruber would have won in a bigger lineup, I think, too. The location was good. I think not too far from the Phoenix airport. It was pretty easy to get to, and they did have an overflow hotel because the Delta Marriott, where the event took place, that room block filled up relatively quickly. I ended up staying at the Sheraton, which was the overflow. It was maybe 4 miles away, and one thing that was kind of funny that was going on, and I probably should have known this in advance, but the men's Final Four basketball tournament was going on.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was kind of crazy downtown. The airport was really packed. The airplanes were packed. so, um, and I don't know if that made it a little bit more expensive for athletes
Absolutely.
to find a place to stay, but having those room blocks at the Delta and Sheridan was good just to keep costs, down. But no, I think the promoters did a terrific job. I'm really excited about next year's Triple O Dynasty. It'd be cool if they keep it in Phoenix, but if they move it to Texas or Florida, I'd be cool with that too. But yeah, stay tuned. I have some pretty good footage from stage because I was actually sitting in the front row. Uh, so that was on my cell phone. And then I also have some good footage. Monica Perez was very kind to invite me to film and get to meet some of the ladies up close and personal. And this was at a gym in Mesa that was relatively close to the venue. So that was just incredibly kind of Monica to invite me, and had a great time there and got to meet. There was about 7 ladies there: Christina Driscoll, Tome. Um, let's see, we had Renee Riefschlager, Monica Perez, of course, Michelle Bogdan, Martina Lopez, who looked incredible. She was an amazing woman. She absolutely has so much potential. And I'm sorry if I missed out on anybody. um, but it was terrific, great experience, and just really enjoyed it. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But anyway, bye to all the fans and to George, and hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoy the eclipse too. That's happening here shortly, at least where I live. Bye.
Thank you, David. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate your time and good work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go here to his IG, and
Did
like I
we
said
just
again,
lose? Did we just lose Keith? Did we just
we
lose
probably had,
Williams?
He'll
you know how
come
it is.
back. He'll come
Oh,
back.
he's coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
he's back. I just see he just pop back in. Yeah, so there we go.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah,
Walking the dog.
there's my big brother. He's walking the dog. So we're gonna look at this. It is with Monica Perez. Monica is a cool lady. I really, I consider she's doing. She has that part in the movie Love Lies Bleeding. I think that's the name of it. Where she plays a bodybuilder in the '80s. Great lady. I'm a fan of hers. She a while back we did an interview and she sent me like $40 afterwards in my PayPal. I really appreciate that. She had to do it. Also, you know, Eunice Kitchen was there, a lady she sent me that autograph magazine issue of Muscle Development from Andrea. I love Eunice. These two ladies, I love them because they were just great, beautiful people inside and out. Eunice is doing good work with a bad rap. I hope maybe she's also one of the sponsors of the show. I hope she does good. At this show, maybe a bigger show might do it better. But this show, it was great for her to do this and to expand her brand. And I said, Dave has some pictures here. Also, Dave got to meet this lady right here.
Alicia
He got to
Young.
meet. Yes, Alicia Young.
Alicia Young.
She was
So
there because she's friends with Michelle Bogdan. And there's been talk about Alicia might be competing. I don't know this year, but maybe next year.
okay.
Yeah, it's a
Because
scuttlebutt right now.
she's been away for quite a while from the stage for a while now. So
Yeah, because she's moving her own brand called Size Matter.
okay.
And there was a lot of here he is. He's with Laura Zuniga, and also here he is with Italia. I say, living the dream.
Yeah, I seen that picture.
Yeah. I mean, Dave's a great guy. And here is Annie, her husband James Cook. Annie, looks great. I mean, I got to meet Annie a couple of years ago when I was Savannah. I think she had one of the most beautiful physiques back in the day.
She did. She is really
Yes.
impressive. And then
You know.
James is a exceptional physique photographer in his own right.
Yeah,
Her
I've
husband.
seen.
So yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff here, and here he is with Sid right here, Sid Gillen. And Sid, she pretty much put up her money up for this show. Sid is doing good work. I mean, here's Sid with Eunice. There's where her and Dave. There's Whitney Jones. There goes Andrea. I'm sorry, guys. I just had to do a moment. Andrea again, and that is Ashley Fuller. She's a figure competitor. She might be one of the expediters working part of the show. And there they go. They're probably talking to the ladies. And right here you see in the back you see Sandy Williamson, and
And
there's Andrea and Eunice again, and there they go again. I mean, like I said, they're doing good. He's doing good work. And this is one of his interviews with
real quick, there was something I wanted to throw in before we watched the video.
Yeah,
The four ladies, Andrea Shaw, Sydney Gillen, Whitney Jones, and Natalia, gave Sandy Williamson an award
yeah,
during
yeah,
during during the webcast, because that was their way of showing her some appreciation for all of the judging work that she's done over the years.
yeah.
So
That was pretty
I
nice.
thought it was a really nice thing for them to do.
Yeah, because Sandy, she's like a top level judge. She really, she does also. She has her own like women's forum so often where they have like do opposing clinic stuff like that. Sandy is doing good work. She's a good top level judge. This is from my man Warrior says. He says so. This is from Warrior. He says this. He says Warrior. You know. He says, I wonder who's going to be at the Vancouver Island Pro Show, where I know Michelle Boggs said she's going to do it, and I don't know who else. They hadn't put out the list yet. It's going to be a while. And also, this is from him. He says, "What show you think Lena is going to do next?" I might ask her when I get a chance. I'll see, what she knows. Maybe we might get her back on for an interview. And also, this is from David. Says, "Shout out to David Hart." It's not Harbor, it's Bryant. Female body being formed. Yeah, and also, like I said, we're gonna go back to his site and look at a couple of interviews. First off, we're gonna he's talking. He had an interview with Teresa and Vasic. He got an interview like at least 4 of these ladies here who competed the show, and we're gonna show it here.
This is FBB Forum, David Bryant, and I am here at the Triple O Dynasty, and I'm really pleased to welcome Teresa Ivancic. And welcome. It's really great to have you here, and we got to interview last year, so it's nice to get to meet you in person.
Yes, it's awesome. Thank you.
So are you excited about this show today?
Very excited about it. We just did our check-ins. It's an all-women's pro show, so it's going to be fantastic.
That's great. Yeah. It's a little bit weird because it's raining and it's a little bit cold in Phoenix right now, so it's not the typical Phoenix weather.
No.
So you traveled in from Pittsburgh, right? Yeah, and this is the first show of the year. Correct. So, and I think it was smart for you to do the first show like this.
We jumped into the first one. We wanted a little bit longer prep, but we decided to do a 10-week prep and do it instead. I wanted to support the girls for all that they're doing for the show, so I wanted to be a part of this event for sure.
That's awesome. And the fact that it's female promoters, I think makes it even more special.
Yes, absolutely. We
have the Whitney Jones, Andrea Shaw, and Sydney Gillen.
Yep.
Yeah, that's terrific. And you said this could be your last show, possibly, right?
Depending. I mean, if we qualify, we'll do the Olympia, and then once we do the Olympia, we'll see what happens there. So
terrific. You've been looking terrific on your recent posts with your videos, and you're in great shape and great conditioning. So I know
we brought the conditioning this time. It's what they wanted, so that's what we brought.
And you said it's been a 10-week prep?
10-week prep.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, you just have a great look overall and very feminine. I'm excited for you tomorrow. Yep. So
I'm gonna lay it all on the line, move it all on the stage, and see what happens.
That's great. Very cool. In terms of we have 7 competitors that'll be on for Women's Bodybuilding Open. So and it's a pretty deep class. So I think it's going to be a tough competition.
It'll be amazing to share the stage with all the girls. They're all amazing girls. Everyone's an amazing athlete. If you step on the stage as a pro, I mean, you showed up. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you give it your all, and whatever happens, happens. Everybody puts their heart and souls into these preps, so you just lay it all out there and let the judges judge.
That's terrific. Yeah. And so far, they've been taking good care of the athletes, haven't they?
Absolutely. We are completely spoiled at this show. So if you did not compete this year, make sure you compete next year.
Yeah, I think it'll be back here in Phoenix, next year. So, And being the inaugural show, like I mentioned, it's important to support this show, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Teresa. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Best wishes. Oh, and want to point out your Triple O Dynasty jacket, too.
Jacket.
Nice. And you said swag bag has been good, right?
Yep.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much. It's really good to speak with you, and in person especially.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Now, next interview I got up is Gabby Vega, and we go back, Gabby.
All right. Welcome to FBB Forum. I'm very pleased to welcome the lovely Gabby Vega back to the podcast. If y'all remember, I had her on back in Tampa Pro in 2023, and we were able to meet and meet in person. So it's really great to have you here, Gabby. Where are we now?
Nice to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for the opportunity of expressing and talking with you again.
Thank you.
So nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And which show are we at here now? Where are we?
Well, here we are at Arizona Mesa at the Triple O Dynasty show. That is the first time that three actually big athletes are the promoters of this show. There's Sandra Shaw, Cindy Gillion, and Whitney Jones. So I was telling them that, so thank you so much for the opportunity to bring this show to especially for women's bodybuilding, that that we don't have a lot of shows during the year. So it's very, very nice to have a first show of the season here at Arizona.
That's great. And this is the first ever show. This is the inaugural show. So it makes it even more exciting.
Yeah, super excited.
Excited.
I'm so happy to be here.
And you're competing in women's bodybuilding?
Women's bodybuilding, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's 7 competitors in the open.
7 competitors in the open, and I don't remember the masters, but I'm going to do masters too.
Oh, you're doing masters too?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. And what was your last show that you did? Was it Tampa?
Last show was Tampa last year. Actually, last year I just did that show.
Oh, cool.
This year I'm planning to do more than another 2 shows probably. I don't know exactly which one, but more than this.
That's great. No, that's terrific. Yeah. No, you look great, and I think you're going to do great on stage. And like I was telling folks, I just hope we have a good turnout because it's the first show. I hope we have a big audience, and it's interesting because the men's Final Four basketball is going on in Phoenix right now. So
exactly, that's what we were realizing, that here is like the basketball tournament too this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Arizona has a very good public, or a lot of people this weekend here.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
The airport was packed. Yeah.
And the hotels and everything.
That's
which
true.
Is really good.
No, it is, and I think there's definitely a lot of excitement in the bodybuilding world about this show.
Yeah. I'm personally super excited and super happy to be here.
That's terrific. No, I wish you the best tomorrow. And
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What show do you think you might have next? Do you know?
I will say probably Tampa.
Okay.
Or and there is another in September in Anaheim. So probably that one, because it's close.
Yeah.
I'm living in California now, so it's close. Here is closer to me. Anaheim is closer too. So
that's the first time in Anaheim, I think, right?
Yeah, first time too.
That's great. That's awesome. Very cool.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Will you do a quick flex for me?
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. Thank you so much. Sorry to bring you out here in this cold weather too. It's cold and rainy here right now in Phoenix, which is unusual. But thank you, Gabby. It's really good to see you again.
I hope your schmoes are happy. You got a flex out of this, so keep up your. Here we are with Ann Gruber
from FB Forum, and I'm at the Triple O Dynasty in Phoenix, and I just ran into Ann Gruber, who is competing tomorrow in Pro Women's Physique. And so I just wanted to say hi to Ann and talk to you about the show. I bet you're excited about the show today.
Yes, I'm real excited. I mentioned to you that I just decided last week to jump into this. I was ready early. I'd kind of been planning on Vancouver being the first show, but in the back of my head, I kind of wanted to be a part of this event since it's an inaugural event, and it's the women who are promoting it are amazing, and I just thought they were going to put on a really cool show, and I'm really excited to be part of the experience. So
You look really awesome. I think you have a very good chance to be in a contender, and maybe if you win, this would be your first O qualification. Is that right?
yes, it will. But I'm just focusing on what I need to do today and tomorrow, and putting out my best package, and just kind of focusing on that right now. So
That's great.
yeah.
And what was your last show?
New York Pro last year.
New York Pro. Very
Yeah.
cool. How'd you place there?
Good. I was top 5. I placed 5th.
Okay.
So I had a good showing, and then I've just taken the year. I put on about 5 pounds of muscle, and I really feel like I have a much improved package this year. So I'm excited to kind of show it off.
I've noticed that looking at your pictures, that and the 5 pounds is noticeable. I think you really, you look amazing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's great. Can you say what show would be next for you if
Yeah, I have. It would either be Vancouver or St. Louis.
Okay.
So I have those 2, and I have New York Pro still in the back of my head, because that's local for me. I'm from Jersey, and it's only about an hour away. But I'm just taking it one show at a time, and that's how I always do it, and see how I feel. So yeah.
And you mentioned this. You weren't originally planning on doing this show, but you added it a little bit late.
I was ready early, and I thought, this is a great opportunity to jump into it, and we knew I could be ready in 2 weeks, so here I am.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, you look terrific. I was really impressed with your recent pictures and videos that you've posted on Instagram. You look amazing.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
That's great. Yeah. And this, if folks don't know, this is the inaugural Triple O Dynasty. So I would think that would be significant to you too.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be a part of that. It's always fun to be a part of the first of anything.
Yeah.
It always kind of goes down in history, and I think it's going to get bigger and grow every year. It's been such a great process so far, very smooth, and I'm excited.
And it's kind of beautiful here in Phoenix right now. It's actually, it's not overly hot. It's just beautiful right now.
The weather is perfect. So it's a beautiful venue, great hotel. So
that's great. No, that's terrific.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Ann. Really appreciate it. And best wishes to you tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Well, for my advice for Ann is forget about New York, because you know who's going to be in New York, Natalia. So I would say skip that show and just focus on your Olympia.
Same here. I agree completely. So.
Yeah, because no point going there and you're going to lose. You go up against a multiple-time top 3 competitor plus a former Mr. Physique Olympia champion. It's not worth the time and the money. So just skip it and focus on yours. Then the last interview you had was the lady who took second to Ann, and that is Alejandra Velasquez. And and I didn't know she speaks English. Maybe I might reach out and do an interview with her. So here we go, and we're gonna play this video here.
Hey, this is David Bryant over at the Triple O Dynasty, which just wrapped up the pro finals. And I'm really pleased to get to meet the beautiful Alejandra Chacon to the podcast. Welcome.
Thanks.
It's great to see you. How did you do? I see you got a couple medals there.
Yes, I am very happy because I take second place in Open and Masters. I am very happy. I do long travel for a state here. I am very, very happy today.
Very cool. Where did you come from?
Spain.
Oh, you came from Spain. That's awesome. Very cool. No, you look terrific up on stage and just beautiful. Yeah, I was really pleased the way you looked.
Thanks.
And in terms of what show do you think you'll do next?
The Empro in Spain.
Empro in Spain. Oh, very cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Have you enjoyed your time in Phoenix?
Yes, I am very surprised because it's a lot of different Spain. It's very nice people, very nice weather.
Yeah.
I need to enjoy the food.
Oh, yeah, the food. Oh, that's true. Now you can eat. Yeah, which is good. Yeah. Very cool.
It's for free.
I was wondering, would you mind doing a quick double bicep for me? Terrific. Wow, you look great. Very cool. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, there you go.
Hey,
Schmoes.
this is David Bryant over at the Triple O.
Another front double bicep. This is
yo, he kills me with that. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, he kills me with that.
But this is like I said, this is the lineup from Women's Physique. You have Alejandra here, you have Matt, you have Ann. This is Bridget Gilmont, and you had Trisha Downing. And to me, I was kind of shocked that Bridget Gilmont got third place.
I am too.
Yeah,
I am too.
I figured she was closer. She competed as a figure competitor. She switched over and she debuted in physique. I think on a couple of shows. She did the Masters World Championship, and to me, she's from Atlanta, and she still got some jiggle to her. I think she might consider going to wellness, do Masters Wellness, but Anne looked impressive. From the pictures I saw on social media, I felt like she was going to be the winner. There was no doubt where she came in conditioning, she was going to win this show. I mean, this is from her. I just popped on her IG a second ago. Look at
Who's this?
This is
That's
Ann
Ann
Gruber.
Gruber.
Actually, I saw her compete at Savannah Pro back in 2022, and I don't think she was top 5 of that show last time, and she looked really
right
impressive.
there. Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like her back. I mean, how she's gonna do at the Olympia, depending who's gonna be there. That's gonna be the thing. But we all know top 3, most definitely top 3 is most definitely gonna be Sarah, Natalia, and we got Ann Moon is out because she had knee surgery. I follow Bob Majan. I don't know if Barbara's gonna be competing or not this year because she skipped this year, last year. But it's up in the air who's going to take third place. Azuma Bonita, but she looked pretty good. She can maybe hold up, maybe get the third place spot. But Ann is very impressive, especially can you believe she's in her 40s? She competed both in Masters and in Open.
I agree completely what you said about surprise for Bridget getting third, because I mean she had, far as I was concerned, she had the best legs in the whole division. But the problem was her legs were so good it threw off her symmetry, compared her upper body as opposed to her lower body. I thought what's her name, Trisha? I thought she had a much better package. So I thought she should have gotten. I thought she should have gotten higher than Bridget should have. So
yeah, I think she maybe third would have probably been better. Alejandra, what the guy who was doing the announcing, he called her Alex. You gotta remember, there's no X after E, is a J. So that's one thing that I think you need to work on. Is, it wasn't no Bob Ciccarello, but hey, you need to make sure you know how to say the person's name right. That's one thing.
Oh, I agree. I agree completely. They needed a better MC. I mean, he was energetic and everything, but I was like, dude, please get the names right. I mean,
Also,
they're
this is from Warrior says, I'm sorry I butchered David's name. Don't worry about it. He understands. But yeah, I mean, I think this is the first show, and I think it's something maybe they can work on. But I think as my man Big Keith, his son, his boy plays basketball, and he knows that when you have a big tournament like the Final Four, it's gonna it's gonna be the busiest time around Phoenix. They probably should have pushed the show back to the following week. This week would probably be better.
You can't hear him. That's why.
We can't hear you, brother. Say something. Oh, he's back. Wait a minute.
I can't wait because my team is in the Boilers. They're in the championship game apparently, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah.
One other thing in terms of the webcast, something that I wish other shows would have done. I mean, it's great that they did it, but I wish a lot of these. I don't know if this costs more money to be able to do this, but higher resolution options, other than just 1080p, which is what this was shot in, because you can get up to 8K now as far as resolutions go. So I wish that many of these other webcasts would shoot in higher resolution or give you a higher resolution option, because then that would be. I don't usually agree with Bob Ciccarello on a lot of stuff that he says or what he said in the past, but But he did make, I thought, a good observation. It said it's hard to judge a show from a computer screen,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, the
particularly if
Arnold,
it's not good resolution.
the
So,
Arnold, all these shows. I mean, they pay per view. I mean, you're paying, these people are paying, and they're not really getting a true depiction of what these guys look like.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the lighting and everything that's going on is just terrible.
Yeah, and I watch the live stream on a computer because that's when most people watch it on their computers. Normally you watch many of it on television. It lets you hook it up to your television, and or you have that option. My television, I don't have that option on it. But I mostly watch it on my computer. And one thing, yeah, it's something they need to work on. I mean, but I think if they keep it, I think I like the idea what David said. Have it in Texas. Texas would be a great place because it's just as close as Arizona. Because I know some competitors that live in Texas. I know some ladies who live out west that want more shows closer to them. So I don't have to go all the way to New York or to Tampa or Chicago or Toronto or Vancouver. Vancouver's probably one of the closest shows for some competitors that live out west. Other than this show and the show coming out in Anaheim. But I think they should have really sat down and looked at the dates and the timing for because instead again the NCAA tournament it just got I think it's wrapped up the women's tournament. Was it last night or the night before?
Well, last night and then tonight is the men. So I mean, these tournaments all over the country. Final four. Well, the championship. Then you have the Final Four. So, like you guys said earlier, my son plays basketball, and that's planning. Even if we're planning for him to make the tournament, but you plan. Even Patrick Mahomes said when he won the Super Bowl one year in Phoenix, he had already him and Jalen Hurts were talking about he had already booked this Airbnb, not saying that he was going to the Super Bowl, but just in case he was going to the Super Bowl, he had already got his Airbnb. So, that's how far you got to play it down the road for these things.
Yeah, we have here a comment from a man, Raheem Hamilton. He says, pay-per-view is old model, streaming is the future. Yeah, we know that, but some people, some people don't catch on.
We understand that, but what the question is how do you go from streaming to an HD type of stream to just streaming? Because that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL's doing it, the NBA's doing it, the MLB's doing it, and we've had this conversation multiple times. Why is this sport where detail is very important to see?
Yeah, very important.
As a spectator, Steve Weinberger once said, the people at home don't see what we're seeing because we're right there. Well, fuck. Why am I going to pay to watch something that I can't see what you're seeing? Right.
And the thing is, they have that technologically. We can.
Yeah.
I mean, we now have the technology. I mean, 4K is incredible. I mean, seeing anything in 4K, and we're now up to 8K.
Yeah.
In terms of resolution. So I mean, why some of these other webcasts? I know this is the inaugural show, so I hope that they iron that out. But I think a lot of promoters, a lot of these shows, they need to look up higher resolution options, just more than 1080p.
Especially especially if you're wanting people to pay for it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And the guy who's there, who probably could have helped out, is I gotta say every time I say, yo Jake, I want that money, I want that gun.
Jake has a production crew. I mean, I know Nico. I know the guy who runs his production crew. Nico is unbelievable. I mean, maybe next time I see Nico, I'll ask him that. But that's just the question. I mean, because it's the overall sport and whole that everybody's going to live stream. And I don't know how much. George, you said how much was it? How much did it cost to watch it?
It's $40.
So $40 to watch it and not getting the full panoramic view of it. It's like, what the hell am I looking at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're looking at one thing, and I know as a pro, as lighting and what people see and what people don't see when I'm on stage is frustrating. And
the guy who the guy that Art mentioned, the Gillette, what's his name?
Gilco. Mitchell Gilbert of Gilco Productions.
Gilco Production. He just had clips, and those look better than they need to hire him to
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
yeah, I think he would have probably do a good job. And but like I said, it's just this is the first show. They probably, like I said, go to resources. As I said before, Sydney's probably put a good part of the money because she put $4,000 extra towards the prize money for.
Hey, George, here's a question for you. Is your girl Natalia, no, what's her name? Natalia, who's the other girl who was a silent partner in this deal? Is she,
Well,
is,
her
is,
thing,
is she pulling the Sarah?
where what she did was she said she paid for the sanctioning fees for women's bodybuilding and the prize money. So yeah,
I'm
she don't
asking
have
you a
to.
question. Is she pulling the Sarah? Because
She's
Sarah pulled
trying
that
to.
power move last year.
Yeah, but she don't get deep pockets like Sarah.
No, Sarah's
Oh,
husband has deep pockets.
yeah, we got this
Yeah,
from there.
she's always posting those pictures of her on the Learjet or whatever it is that they've
Yeah.
got. So
Yeah. This is what Raheem says. Tubi would be a great place to have those bodybuilding shows on. Yeah, I mean, we should talk to them. I don't know would they do it or not, but that'd be a platform. Tubi. There's also I think a couple of others. They're not, Tubi is very popular. They show a lot of people. They don't like the movie and stuff on there, but it's become a popular platform. If you can pay for it, that thing is about the money. One thing is like David said, there was as many vendors as this show, but this was an inaugural show. Eunice was there with her bad rap. Also, a couple of bikini companies and a couple of companies there. I think maybe I think when they say talking about maybe next year, adding on some divisions. If we want to still become still an all women show, then you got to add. Most of you're going to have to add wellness and bikini because they will bring in the sponsors because they will follow, like you said, like the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. And possibly, if they feel like they want to add a men's division, well, open guys are going to cost too much to bring on. So you have to do the next best thing is men's classic and probably men's physique.
well, they said when
they should add those? You saying they should add those to this show?
I would say they should add those, but they might add those, especially if they want to get more, especially with wellness and bikinis. Wellness is getting really popular. You just saw this.
I would say the women, but here's the thing. I think with this Triple O deal is they're trying to create another platform like the World Championships for women, where if you've never been there, and I've been there every year, it's an unbelievable thing they do for these women to give them their own shine and their own spotlight. Don't add them in. I mean, they got enough fucking attention. No offense, and I'm a pro. I mean, we get enough attention as it is.
Yeah, no more banana hammocks and board shorts. We have a comment here. we got a banana hammock right here also. We got here. I would get on for a quick second. Where Raheem, you know the links there. Just click it. I might have to drop something. See, I got like 5 open. Yeah, as long as I think I can squeeze in. I might have to remove something. Let me see. Remove that. And let me shut it down. Maybe I can get you on. Just let me know you want to jump on. Just click it. I should have some room. And
it just amazes me, that how behind the times our sport is compared to other sports.
Oh yes, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Completely.
It's crazy.
From a technical perspective, that's exactly right.
The funny thing is not to cut you off. Is the other day I watched the inauguration of the UFL, the United Football League, and the funny thing is, I think it was the second World Championship show that Tina did. Who owns that league is The Rock and his ex-wife. She competed in a show in Phoenix and did women's physique.
Yeah, physique.
The crazy thing is, at this game, these kids came up to her and was like, "Who are you? Are you a singer?" And she goes, "No, I'm the owner of the league." And the kid was like, "Oh, here's the funny thing. It's going to take something. I mean, think what the UFL has done now, and The Rock has done, even coming back to WWE and all this other shit. And the funny thing is, people bashed him when they went on social media and said, if The Rock had ever taken over the IFBB or gotten to the IFBB, he would have ruined the sport. Are you fucking shitting me?
Right. I mean,
he knows what a production is. That's what he knows.
Yeah. Right. And he was going to put on, what was the name of that expo that he was going to put on with her with $7 Productions. It was like going to be a whole fitness expo and his own show, basically. I guess it had to be canceled at the last minute, but he's got the financial wherewithal just by himself, and just the fact that he has the name recognition, just who he is internationally. He could not only put on a show, he could put on the show of the year that could eclipse that could eclipse the Olympia. It could conceivably do that in terms of attendance. So, I mean, yeah, he's exactly right. We are behind the times, especially technologically. When everybody else was looking up streaming technology, we were still doing texted play-by-plays over on forum boards for shows, and it's like, why? And before that, when everybody was doing stuff on forum boards, we were still writing out shit on paper.
Yeah,
we're still writing scores on paper. So it's like we really are behind the times technologically.
And then also, I talked to some lady, said that one lady her interview said she didn't like the idea of The Rock. She said Schwarzenegger, but Arnold, like I said again, he is. When the last time you saw a movie that was worth see of Arnold's? You know, his movie status has dropped off a good bit. He's in his 70s now. The last couple of Terminator movies were, and
They need to stop with the Terminator movies.
Yeah, he's even doing nationwide commercials. Not nationwide. Was it a State Farm? Like there's a chopper. It's just The Rock is a name, or like someone like Shaquille O'Neal, who was at the Olympia. He was there. You need those kind of name brand celebrities that will bring in the people. People will follow those celebrities. We got here. Raheem Hammond popped in. And so Raheem, what you got to say, brother?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just. I didn't see the show over the weekend. It's the fact is that it's the lack of it's the lack of promoting. I mean, you got to promote a show like maybe 2 months, a year out. And I think that was the issue. The issue was not promoting the show as properly as they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Because if this is Triple O Diamond, stuff like that, you want to get more heads out there. Sorry, thank you. Triple Dynasty. Sorry about that. If you want to promote a show, promote an event like that, you got to hit every social media page, podcast shows, radio stations, whatever you can do, to get the word out. I think that was the issue going on.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of people still don't follow Bobby as much, but I was promoting stuff on it on my YouTube channel, on my IG channel, on my Facebook page. But like I said again, it's up to you really. It's just the grassroots that keeps these shows' attention. I mean, and also you got to think about it. The show is like for some women who compete, they rather do their shows like around about towards the middle of May, about close to the summer, because that's what the time they want to be in condition for. But it's good to have the show as an option because you had Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic just about a little over a month or so ago, and this was supposed to be a show that kind of say like give that FU to Arnold. So I said FU Arnold.
Well, and
can I ask you a question?
Here's the thing.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing. Tyler Mannion went on social media and said the show that was 2 weeks later in the UK was more impressive than any show that he has seen in a long time. So maybe they need to get up with, and then they just had Brazil. Didn't he say that he wanted to do 6 shows in 6 different continents or something like that? And all these shows are huge successes. Huge. So maybe they need to figure out what the hell Arnold's doing, because now Arnold's prize money is more than the Olympia now. Next year, the Arnold is going to be worth $500,000.
Well, for right now, though, I mean, we still have the Olympia yet to come this year, and Jake could easily bump up the prize money if
Oh
he
yeah, you
wanted
know he's gonna pull
to
his dick
compete
out.
it.
You know
So
he's gonna pull his dick out because he's gonna be like, I'm not taking that shit. He gonna, but who
But
got the biggest
wait,
dick? Because that's what Arnold is gonna. You know, you come on, let's be honest, guy. You think he gonna sit there because the Olympia is the Super Bowl.
right.
The
So
the AFC or the NFC championship is the NFC and AFC championship. You think Jake for 1 second, because I don't even think it was Jake the first year who bumped up the prize money at the Olympia. It was the first year Kai didn't compete, and some guys walked on stage and said it was going to be 400,000, and it wasn't Jake, it was somebody else before Jake really got involved, because I think that was the really technically the first year women's bodybuilding was coming back to the Olympia. But it wasn't Jake who bumped up the money, it was somebody else. So you know somebody's going. It's just like the New York Pro this year. The New York Pro went from 20 racks to 50 racks this year. And Tyler announced that. So it's coming. We all know it's inevitable. It's coming. That
Yeah, what he were you about to say?
Raheem,
hello?
Raheem.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
you were
here.
going to say something.
No, what I'm saying is, you know, you have Jake. So if Jake is the money guy for the female competitors, don't worry about Arnold. Don't say F Arnold, stuff like that, because what you're doing is just giving Arnold free rent up in your heads. Jake is not he's not a broke guy. He's a rich man. So the focus should always been on Jake. I mean, granted, Arnold raises money because he's on one show out of the year, so he has enough money.
Hello, we just
Oh,
lost
we just
Raheem.
lost him. Oops.
Yeah, he's talking about my internet. He had a problem with his internet.
Right.
But
here's the thing: at the end of the day, it boils down to this, and it's not about Jake is not just about women's bodybuilding anymore. We've talked about this on several occasions. It's about the whole sport in a being, and so it's kind of like we've seen women's bodybuilding kind of dissipating into a certain degree. Whereas one of the biggest issues that I'm having is the number of women competitors making to the Olympia. I think we had 10 or 11 last year, and then you're taking a point system out of the whole situation, and so you're really screwing them over, because now you don't have the point system. You have less shows. Half of these shows are in Europe. We've talked to Lori how much it costs her to do a show, and it's just crazy. I mean, it's like, like I said before, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I'm not going to sit here and dump all this money into it just to say I went onto Olympia stage and put myself in fucking financial ruins to do it. To only go to Olympia and still probably not make nearly the money that clearly any of the guys are making. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and that's in going back to the Triple O show. That's what Teresa posted. Teresa Ivancic. She posted in her story that she had complete shock. She said she was like sick to her stomach when it came to the travel and accommodations that she had for this show. $2,500
Yeah.
just for travel, just for the plane ticket, just for the accommodations,
And what was
not
the bag?
not including everything else
And what was
that
the
goes
bag?
into it.
And what was the bag that she won? How much was it?
The swag bag? I have no idea.
No. How much was the money that she won at this show?
Oh, what was it?
it was $10,000 for Shauna.
Okay.
She won $10,000.
No. We're not talking about world. We're talking about the show Teresa just won.
Teresa. Okay, it was $3,000.
Yeah.
So what did my man just say? He said $2,500 just for travel and accommodations. So and that's not including everything else.
Right. Exactly.
So you're losing money. You think, here's the thing, guys, let's be honest. You think that I am, as a pro and I'm getting ready for some shows, do you think for 1 second, if the bag is not worth 10 grand or more, that I'm going to do the show knowing that I'm going to walk away with not half, at least, and nothing's guaranteed for any of us in this sport. But to sit there and say, like Lori said, what did she say, George, to us? Lori dropped 30 grand between travel, prepping for the show, and all this other stuff, her coach, her husband, to only walk away with 10. Again, I don't understand. Maybe it's just me. If it don't, and maybe that's why I'm a good businessman. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna throw my money at something that is not gonna bounce back, and it's something gonna stick back to me, and I'm gonna feel good about myself because I made a good investment. That just sounds like a bad investment.
Yeah, and even if you do like after shows, a lot of ladies, as I said again, they do the photo shoots because Annie was there, and and depending how much, I think it's like maybe $300 or $400 for an hour to do a photo
Yep,
shoot.
350 to a
Yeah,
400.
so that's still not much money. It's a maybe incentive, but if I think like one person that really walked away with some real cash was Wendy Fortino. She walked away with $3,000 for prize money, and
Plus
then
4 grand.
and plus $4,000, so $7,000. So she's the one who made out a bandit. Think about after everything. And I think she lives in around Arizona or something like that because she does the live stream with Linda and those other ladies. So it wasn't too much out of her way. I think that's the reason why she did the show. And Maggie Watson has come all the way from Canada. She could have just said, okay, I think she kind of could have done this.
Maybe to Vancouver.
Or I don't know if they're going to have figure at Vancouver. I don't know. When you post up the list, we'll see. But, there was a Toronto Super Show or New York. That's close to Canada. Or Chicago. Those Illinois and Illinois and New York State is kind of really close to Canada than Arizona.
And then we got to look at it too. She won 23 grand. She said she spent 25. He said she spent 2,500, and now you got to start your prep for the Olympia, which ain't cheap. So it's like really, and then I think that's kind of why Teresa in her interview, if you guys heard her last interview with your guy from Amazon, saying that this is going to be her last year because I think with her writing the book, her training people. Her even trying to do a little movie on herself, a little mini movie deal on herself. She understands her revenue. It's like, I think like people like Kai Green, I think people like Dana Lynn Bailey has also understood that, Kai net worth went up, 4 or 5 times what it was. And so did Dana Lynn Bailey's understanding. And these were words quoted, quoted from Kai Green. Use the sport for what you can get out of the sport, not what the sport can get out of you.
Kind of like Lisa Ray in how she said it in Players Club. Don't make the money. Don't make the money make you. You make the money. And that's how it is. Raheem, he keep going in and out. I think he wants to say something. We got to bring Raheem here. So there goes Raheem. We got him back. So also we got to hear comment. This is from Warrior 2000 says male ego clashing between Jake Woods and Arnold Schwarzenegger to see who out cash who. And also he says, that's crazy. Well, if you got the money, you can throw away for it. That's you. I'm broke. I live out of. I just took my car in to get worked on. The guy said it might cost me like $300 or $400. I gotta wait and see what he's gonna say. I just want to push that car off the mountain. I really do. So Raheem,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Raheem.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
No, I'm back. I'm just saying. Sorry about that. I got bad reception.
All right.
Apologize.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it's a great. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Go ahead. You. I gave you the floor. You can talk.
Oh, sorry. No, what I'm saying is the show. I'm gonna go over Keith and everybody say the bodybuilder has a great potential. It really does. It's just who runs the show. Like you say with the camera guys, it should be 4K or better. The lighting should be great. Promotion should be extremely great. Like I say, when you have any type of show, you wanted to promote it maybe 3 months before the show is, or a year before the show is, just to rev fans up. And then, like I said, you already got the casual. You want to bring in new fans. Like I said, it's a sport, but it's a niche sport. But at the same time, there are people who are into bodybuilding because when you go to the gym every time, you see people working out. So it's not like, it's just a closed closet type of sport. It's just only private. People do work out. So you can bring new people in. But the only way to do that is to get on social media, promote it like it's WrestleMania, like it's a Super Bowl. Just let people know, hey, this is where we're going to be at in Arizona, April 6th. Come all out, bring your friends, families, and just do it like that. Because I guarantee you're going to do that. But then at the same time, it should be more than 7 competitors. You know, because if it's if the show is to promote female bodybuilding, I think it should have been more than 7 competitors to came and promote and support the show, even as its inauguration. There should have been more. That's all I have to
Well,
say about that.
well, technically it was 8, but only had one lady who was just doing masters. He wasn't doing open,
Oh,
and then he had
he's talking about the number of women who promoted the show instead
promote.
of just. I think at least that was my interpretation of it.
Was that's what
Was
it is?
that
Yeah, well, yeah, it should be more. Like what I'm saying is that if it's an inauguration, right, and the whole issue is that this is for the female bodybuilders, by the female bodybuilders. It's like FUBU, for us by us. LL Cool J promoted that like crazy. FUBU, FUBU. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a great brand. Now, if I'm a female bodybuilder and I'm like, oh, this is a great opportunity to support each other, then if I can't make it, I'm going to go on to social media or I'm going to try to make it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that was put together by the ladies themselves. They put their hard-earned money and invested into and everything. So this would be a great opportunity if a majority of them either showed out or also got on stage, because 7, that's kind of small. That is kind of small for competition. You know what I'm saying? So it does kind of hurt the fact that when they say, oh, we got to get rid of female bodybuilding, because they say, well, look at the last show you had 7 competitors and it was promoted by female bodybuilders. So that right there kind of hurts the cause and everything. So if you want to promote your cause, you go out and drove and support as much as you can.
Yeah, that thing is you got to find people who want to support it. We have his comment from Boy 2000 says, 3,000 prize money is a ripoff. Should have been 20,000. Yeah, which 10,000 would have been good either. Also, he says this. He says, if all these 4 ladies, Whitney, Natalia, Andrea, and Sydney, wanted this all women's pro show, at least increase the damn prize money to more lucrative amount. Well, you got to know this was an inaugural show, and the thing is, some of the prize money doesn't come from them; it comes from sponsors. And
right?
if the sponsors, can put up like, okay, let's think about it. If you can get a big sponsor like maybe Redcon or Titan Medical or a couple others, but with those, they probably want to have a division like Bikini or Wellness because they'll put their money behind those divisions. Even Figure Girls are not getting that same support like they used to back in the day, because Figure was supposed to be in the new division. It was a division that spinned off from fitness, and it's supposed to be kind of more like, if you look at it now, the girls in bikini look more like are more conditioned the girls in figure when it first started, and
Oh,
wellness.
the wellness competitors would destroy the bodybuilders of the 80s.
Yeah,
Would
even them.
absolutely destroy them. So,
I mean, and think about the figure girls could probably destroy the bodybuilders of the 90s.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it was just you can get sponsors who really like. Okay, her biceps could have thrown some money behind this, because most of those ladies after shows are going to do photo sessions. They're going to do video sessions because they want to make some money. So okay, you got people like Maggie Watson. I think she has her own brand. You get Winnie Fertino. You get Teresa Vasic. You get that Martina, Lopez. She looked pretty impressive. She just needs to bring her conditioning better. Alejandra, she looked great. And Gruber, she just started following me on IG. I hope to do interview with her sometime soon. She looked good. I mean, as you know, a lot of again, and that's what they are. A lot of the beat websites know they should put money behind these shows because they make money off these women, off of us, the smokes.
Well, also something that I've just observed over the years, and I think that can also, I think it's not only one of the problems, but also one of the potential solutions to the problem, is how many closet fans are out there who could be putting money towards this, money for the prize money, money for the sanction fees, and such like that. I mean, Jake Wood is not the only rich guy who's a fan of this. And you hear this from the very women that you mentioned. I mean, some of the people that go with them, some of the people that they've done stuff for, they're multimillionaires.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if those same people would lose their fear of being quote unquote discovered as a fan of female muscle, even though I understand that, because for the first 22 years, that I was a fan. I was a closet fan. Nobody knew, not even my own family. So I kept it on the down low for 20 years. So I understand that fear, and I do. But if more fans would just, if I'm right about this, and I've wondered over the years, if I'm right, and a lot of the fans that are out there are closet fans and don't want to be discovered as fans of female muscle, if they would lose that fear and come out in support for these women, I think that would change a lot of things, especially financially, because they would want to get involved financially and say, yeah, we want to bump up the prize money, but they're afraid of being discovered because not only are fans of female muscle discriminated against and stigmatized with the whole schmo label from within the bodybuilding community, but also muscular women in general are still not accepted outside the bodybuilding community in general society as well. So if
Can I
guys,
ask this?
if they would lose that fear and come out in support for these women, especially these rich guys, I think that would change a lot of things, but they got to lose their fear first.
All right.
Can I
Well, you
ask
said,
something?
go ahead.
Now, like I hear what you're saying, but like, but what are the fans who are going to gain from that? Putting themselves out there because it's not even easy to even like reach out to these women. Like if you want to talk to them, like interview or do other things or whatever, not sexual, but like in a sense where both parties could benefit from it, if I'm making sense.
Why are we talking about this such like it's a taboo? That's my question.
But you know how society is, because most people will look at it and say, okay, if I'm a guy who likes women with muscles, and especially how people talk about it, they're going to point and say, hey, so what's wrong with you? Are you gay? You like guys? No, I like women. And that should be,
I never got that gay
Well, I
stuff,
don't know. Here's the
but I
thing.
got I got
I'm married to
ugly
one,
looks
so
about it.
that I don't know about that. I'm married to one, so
yeah, you make you a pretty one.
You
That's why
can't
you're like a,
relate. You can't
but
relate.
yeah, so it's one of those things. I think the way it looks is looked at as taboo is just because it's not promoted enough. Um, and muscle can be pretty in so many different ways, and that's why you have so many different genres. That's why you have bikini. That's why you have figure. That's why you have women's physique. That's why you have women's bodybuilding, etc., etc. Because there's so many genres. You think that a bikini girl doesn't go in the gym and work out? You don't think that a women's wellness girl doesn't go into the gym and work out? They're doing the same thing. It's just at a different level. So us talking about it like, why should I come out and tell people I like body? What the fuck? That doesn't even make sense.
But I noticed, excuse me, I noticed that there's a lot of bias between these divisions also because it's
Well, and
like,
that and that's why,
the
and the biggest reason why they should keep this show a women's show, and they should make it more of like when I went to the NFL, there's a rookie symposium. So all the football players get together and they drop knowledge on how to conduct yourself as a professional athlete, how to, so Sandy Williamson, who, everybody's like, Sandy Williamson, there's Steve, there's Tyler, there's Steve, Jim Mannion is the godfather, and then there's Sandy, who runs all the shit for the women. Let's not get that shit confused. Sandy is the power to be when it comes to the women. The rules, the stipulations, all come from Sandy. What Sandy needs to do with these girls that just put on all this money, including Sarah, is saying, just like when Jake first started this world championship, and I look at it, it was a women's symposium for women's bodybuilding of all the classes. And so you had the bikini, you had the women. It was focused on women's bodybuilding, on bringing women's bodybuilding back. But it's just like when you have tension in the locker room in a football team, and there's no coaches allowed. All players got to sort their shit out. All these girls got to come together in a symposium and sit here and says, how do we make the sport better for us? Here's a prime example in Caitlin Clark from basketball. Caitlin Clark has made the sport better for everybody. Now, was there the Cheryl Swoops and the Cheryl Millers and people before her who was there? But Caitlin Clark, the South Carolina coach, if you listen to her, at the end of beating Iowa yesterday, said what? We would like to thank Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark has carried a heavy load on her shoulder for the last few years to bring women's basketball where it's at right now. This is what these women in all these genres in this sport that we're talking about, in the IFBB and the NPC and the whatever, need to do so as well. They need to be in fucking caddy, and they all need to come together and says, how do we make this better? How do we take a stand? Why are we getting paid $50,000 and these guys are getting paid $400,000? The problem is there's such division between all these sports and no support amongst one another. They're never going to get anywhere. They're always going to be bottom feeders. No offense to all women. You're all going to be bottom feeders till you get together and says, this is bullshit. Why are we work just as hard in some classes, harder than others, are not making the money that the guys are making. And that's the problem.
And I want to chime in.
A woman came up to my wife when she did the world championships and won it and asked her, a physique girl said, why are you doing women's bodybuilding? And my wife looked at her and like, what the fuck? Because it gives me a different platform because clearly I don't fit in women's physique. But that's the attitude that women physique girls have versus bodybuilders. Bodybuilders are, I would say, and then you got women's bikini and you got women's figure, and I'm not saying that they all flow in together with some sort, but you put all those girls in all these classes together and they figure this shit out, then we're getting somewhere.
All right. Raheem, what are you about to say?
I want to chime in. I want to go off of what Keith's saying. That's the purpose. They have to come together.
Exactly.
That's what it is. That's what it is. If you're not coming together, you can't complain. And I told a friend of mine earlier today, I said, there's really kind of no, I mean, they want to say that there's a division pay gap between men and women. In reality, it's not that way. If you could put butts in the seats, you can get the money. They will do that. They're not going to be like, oh, you're a female, we can't do it. If you're proving that you're a commodity and you're proving that you can sell tickets, put butts in the seat, you can buy your merchandise, then of course you can get a better contract. Of course you can do that because there are certain women that do that. Ronda Rousey, she was considered the best woman fighter on the planet. She would, Dana, I know you don't like to mention the guy's name, he paid her because she was a proven commodity. He didn't go, oh, you're a female, so we're not going to pay you. He paid her. You know what I'm saying? So you have to come together and figure out things. And then on top of that, guys, you're talking like these women are like X-Men. Like they walk around, people like mute and chase them into a dark alley and berating them. People know about bodybuilding. They knew about it since the 70s. They knew about it with female bodybuilders. They saw them getting big, bigger and bigger. It's not an anomaly. It's just the fact is, how can they bring bodybuilding to people who don't know the sport, teach them the sport, and bring in new people? Because you already got the fans. Your goal is to get the new casuals. That's what you want to do. Just like with football, the NFL just last year got the Swiftie fans. They say, "Oh, this works." Kelsey's dating Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift got a bigger fan base. Now we bring her fan base into NFL, and it worked. That's what you got to do.
I noticed we saying the same thing like every episode.
Yeah,
I know. It does sound like that, but it's the truth.
Not just you. I'm just saying it's the whole topic of the promotion of the show.
Because that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Comes out.
Because I'm trying to say is that if you listen, these ladies put together a show over the weekend, right? And barely, even back in January, there was no advertising for it. You get what I'm saying? They wait until the 11th hour. Oh shoot!
Wait, no, it's
next week.
Hold on. No, that's not right.
This was
not too much.
That's not right.
Raheem. This was
no. I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about. Okay, I'm not just talking about Instagram. Listen to me. What I'm saying. I know you're going to beat me up on this, but listen to what I'm saying. It's not just Instagram. You do this. You got to go any place you can. Promote it. You know what I'm saying? Till the wheels come off. That's what I'm trying to say. Instagram is easy. Instagram is so easy, but you got to be out there. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever you can do.
Also, but and then you got, if people don't want to listen to the message, you can't make people come to the message.
Right. Exactly.
Well, you can reach out to. You can reach out to podcasts. Look, like you said. What did you say? Wait, hold on. What did you just say? I want to say this, and then I'm going to say what I say. What did you just say, KL and George? Sometimes you have a hard time getting them onto your shows, or sometimes they ask for fees. They do all this. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's so many podcast people. They could have went on to their shows and promote the show. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. But because we're dealing with this situation where it is right now, no one knows the show even existed. If they did, it was probably a blimp on Instagram, a little bit on YouTube. But in a show like this, you have to promote it heavily. You have to. You can't give them a pass, man. You got to promote it heavily.
Yeah, I know. But like I
But
said,
what better avenues to promote it than something like IG or Facebook or such? Yeah, you could do it on there are like a million different podcasts or such that you could go ahead and promote this show on, even ones that don't involve bodybuilding, that you could have done so. But I mean, even that you have to realize, I mean, the fan base and the bodybuilding community itself is very, very small. It's just a niche thing. Most
Then you make
people,
it bigger. Then you make. This is the problem. Sorry, I'm sorry. We'll make it. I'm sorry, jump. I'm sorry, jump over. I'm just saying. You make it bigger.
Remember, this is my channel. I can so go ahead and finish. What you want to say, Art?
I don't even. I already finished, but I was just going to say you can promote that and promote it and promote it and promote it. But I've said this before, and I'll say this again: 99.99% of the planet doesn't give a shit about bodybuilding. They simply do not. I mean, you want to make it so like it's comparable to like LPGA or WNBA. It's not. And that's not just the women, that's the entire community. The entire worldwide bodybuilding community is to the rest of the planet what a bucket of water is to Lake Superior. No bullshit. I mean, that's just a simple truth. So you have
I don't know what that means, but I get what he's saying.
Yeah, it's so very small.
It's like trying to empty out the ocean with a spoon. You know.
Okay.
We can't even hear you, brother. We can't even hear you. Can you hear us? Okay. Wait a minute. You might. I don't know. Somehow it keeps sound. But one thing is also, you know that Jake owns Olympia, the YouTube, so they often come on there. But like I said, like Art said, it's a niche sport, and no matter how much promoting you do, it's only going to be the people like myself,
right? Exactly.
Art, KL, Keith, David over, also bodybuilding channel, DD on the spot.
I probably could.
Can you hear me now?
I could have promoted it. I didn't really, sometimes I'm in my world, like, I'm like making videos and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't really promote the show. So I probably could have, did a little something.
Yeah. But with you're more a fan of the women than you are the sport. And that's the big difference.
Yeah.
When you're a fan more of the women, I'm fan of the women and the sport. What Keith got to say? Yeah, he's been quiet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Here's the thing: we have to go back. If you guys, we have to we can't reinvent the wheel, or we can't reinvent the wheel. We have to go back to when the Sean Rays and all these guys were on the fucking loose, and Art is right, Raheem. What you don't understand as a 15-year pro, most people, when I say I'm a pro bodybuilder, don't know what the fuck that means.
Right, exactly.
You know what I have to reference to? Arnold Schwarzenegger. And some of them get that because Arnold was the biggest name in our business. I said, so that is that. The way I look at things is if there's a thing called the golden era of bodybuilding in the 90s, where it was at its all-time high. And that's because the way that the IFBB, that's the way Reader, his vision was when they first wanted to open up a gym, people thought he was fucking crazy. He's like, a gym? Who the fuck want to come work out? And his vision came alive. You got to watch the movie on his vision was different. So with that being said, he ended up start doing all these things that a lot of people weren't doing, opening up gyms, having guys in magazines, and I know we're talking about women, but I'm saying the overall spectrum of the sport, as Art was saying, is to get these women and men on these news channels or all these different things. Reader's vision was different than Jim, no offense, than the new IFBB regime. Let's just say that. Yeah, am I right? Art, would you agree with me there?
I would agree. Yeah.
The vision of the 80s and 90s is a different vision of where we're at now, which has downgraded to a certain degree, which it's probably a bigger worldwide sport now than it's ever been. But the affiliation of who we are as a people, as a IFBB pro, men or women, doesn't see near the recognition as other sports.
No, not at all. You're absolutely right.
And that's the problem.
Right, because and I mentioned this on another episode, is that back in the day, especially women's bodybuilding, had way more cultural support than it
Yeah.
did today. It appeared on the cover of Life magazine, one of the
Yes.
biggest magazines ever. You had Rachel McLish going on Late Night with David Letterman, one of the
Yes.
most popular talk shows.
Yes.
You had regular ESPN coverage
Yes.
of national level and pro level shows.
Yep.
All of that has disappeared. All of that is gone. So until you can actually recoup something like that, it's not going to grow the way, Raheem, that you want it to grow.
And
It just won't.
And the funny thing is that when they posted this thing about The Rock wanting to get involved in it, everybody's saying he's going to ruin it. Are you fucking kidding me? He has.
Oops. Sorry, man. We lost you. We lost you. Can't hear you.
We got a problem.
There you go.
All right, you got it.
You know, George, real
Yeah.
quick, you
Hello?
probably you ever thought about
We can hear you,
introducing
Keith.
Jess Falborn?
What?
Jess Falborn? Jess Falborn?
Oh, Jess
Oh,
Falborn. Okay.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think she didn't.
I think you and
Didn't.
her will have a good discussion about that.
Yeah, I think I reached out to her a while back, but she never got back with me. I know she's supposed to be making her pro debut this year, and maybe
Okay.
I'll see if I can reach out to her, see if she want to do an interview. I got an interview coming up. I just did an interview Sunday with Anita Tricks. I got an interview coming up also Thursday. I'm talking to some ladies about a couple of interviews. I gotta wait and see when they want to do it because they got you got to work with somebody. That's one thing you also got to remember. So you got to work with some ladies' schedules because they have busy lives. They have jobs. They have this. They got that, and you have to really try to be patient with them. Sometimes you're gonna have those women who just act like, because you got to be like this. You're not famous. No one knows who you really are. And guys like me, Art, UKL, David, the Female Bodybuilding Channel, all these others are giving you an opportunity to share your story. You should take advantage of that. Now, I understand you want to get paid for it, but I understand that some of us don't make money like that. If
Right.
you have to take advantage of the publicity. I enjoyed my interview with Anita. She's a great person. She's very passionate about what she's into, and and I enjoyed the interview. Like when I post something like Kia, we there's some situation we might talk about that Kia talked about before the show started. Also, we talking about, but we might do it for the next month MuscleTalk. But they got to understand that like I said again, like Art said, and like Kale, I mean Raheem said, you have a niche sport, and it's what the fan base you do have. You should rely on them. You should lean on them. I would love to do like a podcast with maybe with something with Sid and Andrea and also Whitney. It wasn't that long ago. We were doing a live stream and we had Natalia Cuejo in the comment section. I don't know if it was Natalia herself because she might have somebody who works for it. Sometimes she even comments on stuff on posts, especially if you mention your names in the algorithms. We just got a strike from one lady, but we got to be careful with her. I got strike because I was posting something that was from her sponsor, and I didn't have permission. But that's something we might also talk about.
But
So,
again, at the end of the day, here's the bottom line that we're talking about. It boils down to this. If Andrea or Sid or any of these girls were to come on your show, but to promote it on their page, because they obviously have a lot of followers, that's how this starts. That's how this all gets started. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do that, it's never going to get started, and that's the problem. That lies the problem. It takes it's like the Rock and it's the white his ex-wife. It's his fucking ex-wife for Christ's sake that are running this league that is being collaborated by the NFL, by ESPN, by Under Armour to make this new league for football fans of all the and giving guys second lives and second chances of still living their dreams. It's the same model. All you do is feed off the same business model as that. But here lies the problem, and Art will tell you this. There's a lot of selfish individuals in this sport who are just thinking of themselves and not the
Yep,
sport.
they are. They are.
yeah.
They're trying to get what they can basically like what Kai said. It's like trying to get what they can out of this. And then maybe if they get enough, be able to move on to some other venture like Dana Lynn Bailey, who didn't rely on her competition. She and her husband, I mean, they got business sense. They decided to start Flag Nor Fail. So, and that turned out to be a popular business option for them. So there are people like that. So I got to head, guys, because I got other things to do. But it's been a great conversation, George. Thank you for putting this on. So I got to head out. So I will talk to you guys later, okay?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Art, for coming through. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Just got mentions for KL. He had to drop out. Thanks for coming through, KL. Thanks for coming by. I think Keith is having some issues. Raheem keeps picking up about his he has that Obama Wi-Fi. But this is something. Oh, before you guys, we had a show about the same weekend as the Triple O Dynasty. It's the Charlotte Pro, but Charlotte Pro does not have women's bodybuilding or physique. It does have figure. And a young lady, her name is Tessa Metza, I think that's her name is. She earned her first Olympic. This was her debut. She earned her pro card in 2022. She earned her first Olympic qualification in figure. This is Tessa, and I'm telling you, Tessa looks pretty impressive. I don't know. She says she's figure, but she looks like she could be physique. Right here, this is where and this is her. I'm telling you guys, if this was this, she could blow out. If we clock the clock back 10 years ago, she will probably blow out. The likes of Dana Bailey and most definitely Julia McCarr in women's physique. And I think she's a young lady. I think she's in her mid to early 20s. And she looks pretty impressive. And this was her first Olympia. This was her first pro show. And out the gate, she's already going to the Olympia. And I say congratulations to her. I posted it on in my stories. And she liked it. She copped it and sent it back to me. I think she has an impressive future. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe she might even consider switching divisions. What do you think, Raheem? She got you here.
So that's nice. She looks nice. Well, I would like to apologize because you're right. I'm not really savvy about bodybuilding. I'm just thinking business wise. So when I'm thinking business wise, that's how I go in. So
I understand.
I'm not trying to take over your show.
I understand, but like I said, when sometimes somebody is really, sometimes when somebody's really cooking, you gotta let them cook a little bit, and I let you cook. But I understand about the business part, and that's the tough part about it. And also, the women gotta understand that too. I understand that, but this is a sport; it's a passion sport for a lot of these ladies. They don't do this for the money; they do it for the passion of it. And I think they do deserve maybe a little bit more prize money. I think there should be more advertising, but you gotta find the people who want to. And I know one thing I know is, and again, a lot of the guys who are undercover fans, they don't want to. Like, one thing they could do is like this. Okay, if you have enough money and enough of you guys together, you can have somebody can be your representative. You don't have to be you out in front. You can hire a guy and he can represent you. He can do like kind of like Robert Duvall, who was the conciliary for the Cologne family in the Godfather movies. You always remember we went to that guy who wouldn't give that guy Johnny have that role in the movie and put the horse and the lady to put the horse's head. You can have somebody who speak up front for those people. There's other guys come together and say, hey, let's get a guy, let's hire him. Let him go to these shows, to these promoters. We don't want to be known to it, but we have him speak for us. Say, hey, I represent a group that wants to promote your show. We want to put up maybe, I would say, $100K behind you. You can use that for your prize money. You can use that for anything else you might need, and that will help you out.
But George, you gotta understand. Let me just explain everything, right? First of all, there's no real closet person that likes bodybuilding. I mean, female bodybuilding. The thing is this: it's not about them having muscles and everything, right? It's about how can they are they going to sell tickets? Can I get back my return? Is they have to look at that. That's why they look at each shows and say, okay, are they really selling out? How many people are coming to the bodybuilding show? The female bodybuilding shows. How much tickets are selling? They got merch. Are they selling merch? Like, who is the top star where we could be the face of this show? And if none of that is bearing fruit, this is the reason why they say, okay, I'm not going to invest in it. It's not about them being muscular. It's about, okay, I view a couple of shows and they barely had a good crowd. Or I've seen the ticket sales and it's not in the black. It's still in the red. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of that. It's like what I'm going to get back in return.
Mhm.
It's not really about being in the closet or I'm scared of being female bodybuilder. It's just because I like female bodybuilder. It's just the fact of how is this going to be a good investment?
Mhm. But like a lot of these guys who work, they can write off their taxes, call it a donation. And sometimes it's not just about what return you get, it's about being a fan of a sport and see that sport maybe get a little ahead a little bit. They can write it off as a donation and still get the money back. I remember episode of Simpsons where they say, "Hey, write with your taxes." They can do that.
I mean, then you have to say, so here's the question now. You can write off a tax. Is bodybuilding a charity now, or is it a sport?
Well, they mostly get their money from other companies. That's more like a charity than anything. It gets more from these. You got to think about all these sponsors that put money. It's almost like getting money from charities.
Yeah, but they get back. But they get. I'm sorry.
But like I said, you got to think about it. Like, okay, something like a show like the Olympia. If we see the big turn of it, yes, they get the money back, but also there's a lot of people out there to bodybuilding who want to stay the same, and if they can write it off, and you can't take it with you. There's guys I think who will spend to $10,000-$20,000 on a pair of shoes, and they just the shoes will wear out and they get another pair. Yeah, I mean,
but you can't compare a sport franchise to a pair of shoes. Okay, Michael Jordan had the Charlotte Hornets for over a decade. He sold it because it grew up in value and he got more back in it. This is what you got to do. It's all about money. It's all about, are you really putting butts in seats? Are you really selling out tickets? Bodybuilding, there's no merch. You can't get a bodybuilding jersey. That's not going to happen. But it's like those are the things they're looking at. It's not about, I'm not going to do this because this woman's so muscular and blah blah blah. It's about, can she put butts in the seats? Can she sell tickets? If she has that charisma that will bring everybody to these shows. That's the thing. That's the key there.
Yeah. I said, but like I said, but like I said, a lot of these ladies, they do this sport because they love doing this sport, and they truly do deserve some compensation out of it. And the ones who are lucky enough to get sponsorships, that's a good thing. But like I said again, there are guys who are fans of sport. They don't want to, because it's not just about the muscles, also about the steroids thing. That's also a big factor because that's why the sport doesn't get a lot of support. But you got other sports like track and field. I do content on MMA, boxing, football.
You believe it's you actually believe it's the steroids thing, George? The steroids they outlawed steroids in 1991, right? Do you know ESPN was still airing the bodybuilding shows, the Olympia show after that thing?
Yeah.
The only reason why ESPN don't have bodybuilding shows on no more is because they got bought by Disney. It's not because it's we just don't want to do it. You gotta remember, they was doing bodybuilding shows in 92, 93, 94, 95, up until Disney bought them. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I know. I've been watching bodybuilding since I can remember. You should catch it on NBC. But also, again, it's still considered a freak sport. And those are one of the factors. They always go point it is steroids and other stuff. That's what people on the outside is going to say.
Yeah, but right now, okay, for instance, there's rumors about LeBron James with PEDs, legend. Then one of his former Cavaliers got suspended because they found performance enhancing in him. That was I forgot his name, the Canadian. He's one who has a baby with one of the Kardashians. So Tristan Thompson. So what I'm saying is, it's there, but at the same time, it is a sport that you guys say, okay, first of all, people don't even think it's a sport. Some people think it's pageantry because, like
it's just you moving around on stage, you're doing these poses. So you gotta teach them. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You go out there, you look, you tell as Bible, you go and tell new fans, oh, it's a sport because they think it's a pageantry out here. You can explain to them the difference between being a pageant and as a sport, so they can get a better understanding. Like, oh, okay, I get it. I guess, okay, cool. You have to let them know because, like you said, there's a lot of people out here who don't know about the sport. Teach them, let them learn. Okay, this is not really a pageantry; it's a sport. And some people will get it, some people won't. But you got to try. You got to reach out to the community and see if they'll like it or not. And yes, if you want to bring up Arnold, say, hey, Arnold used to be in this. Cool.
Lou Ferrigno, he was the Hulk.
Lou
But
too,
like I said, yeah. But the thing is, it's just gonna be hard something to jump hoops over in a lot of work. But I did enjoy the Triple O Dynasty. There was some things that they probably need to work on. I hope they do have it back next year. They should have prepared for the fact that there was the Final Four tournament going on. It should have had pushed it back maybe later, like this week, this coming weekend. That's what somebody should have been really, because that was a busy weekend. I think it was hard to find a place to stay. Next time, I think they should push it back to like about, let's say, the 1st of May, right around just before end of April, where some ladies probably be in condition and shape and be ready, because some ladies don't start prepping until like about after the holidays, because they really want to enjoy the holidays, especially just finish up the Olympia. So that'd be a smart thing.
But in May is the NBA playoffs, right?
Oh damn! So
end of April, early May.
Yeah. Well, like I said, so maybe move it to another month. Like nothing going on in August, or
my birthday's in August.
Well, like I say, nothing's going on in August.
My birthday's in August.
That's your birthday. It doesn't matter to us.
It's a national holiday.
But, yeah, well, that's on your mind, not everybody else. I don't see nobody put up a parade for your birthday, but I would say happy birthday to you. But folks, I do appreciate all my people over here on my panels. And the thing is, we are talking about you ladies. We need you to come on here and say something. This is why I do the live stream. That's why I post it on my social media. The ladies who follow my channel, come on here and give us your thoughts, give us your feelings. I mean, this is why I do this. This is about y'all, and you really. This was a great show. Maybe I might reach out to some ladies and maybe try to get some interviews. I might see if Leah want to do one and give her feelings about doing this show. I might reach out to a couple more ladies and see. Get the feedback and how they like the show. I'm like I said, I'm gonna wait to see. Some of them probably just getting back home. Some of them try to want to just rest and enjoy that time. Some probably also like people like Gabby. She might want to just rest because she said she's gonna do Anaheim and probably Tampa. So maybe that'd be maybe the week after this week, and maybe get her to come on. I like I said, Ann Gruber started following me on IG. I sent her a request, and maybe I wait and see what happens. But shout outs to Teresa Vasic. She done pretty good. This might be her last year. And now it's gonna be her third Olympic appearance. Shout out to Ann Gruber, her first Olympia appearance. Shout out to Wendy Fortino. She's been to Olympia multiple times. I think like at least 4 or 5 times, if I know. Maggie Watson. My best advice for Maggie is do the New York Pro. I don't think you're gonna have figure in the Vancouver. But do the New York Pro. Oh, excuse me, folks. I'm gonna be out, folks. I appreciate your time. Thank you for listening to me. I just got a call. I got to take this call in a minute. I want to shout out my man Big Keith, my brother KL the Wanderer, Art of Muscle, Raheem Hamilton. Also shout out to David Bryant for letting me post some of his stuff on my channel. I appreciate y'all for coming through here on here, give me your thoughts and I hope I wish the best of luck to all ladies out there who did the Triple O Dynasty. I appreciate your time, and y'all beautiful and y'all special, and I'm a fan of yours. This is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of About to Talk. Don't subscribe. I am out. Have a good evening and good night.